Good morning. Just ahead, the clock is ticking for a Saskatchewan man held hostage in the Philippines. Today is the deadline for an $8 million ransom being demanded for his release.
Good morning, sports fans. We're nearing the end of the regular season for the Saskatchewan Rush, and they needed a win on the weekend in order to secure first place overall. We'll tell you how they did. Plus, we'll introduce you to a super fan coming up in sports.
Good morning. A snowfall warning. Yeah, you heard me. A snowfall warning is in place for some communities today. I'll explain in a couple of minutes. Plus, the annual Blue Cross Walk for MS is around the corner. We'll talk to organizers about the cause. And Phil the Thrill will give us the play-by-play on the Regina Pats season later in our 7 o'clock hour.
You're watching Global Regina. This is Global News Morning.
Thanks for joining us. A man with Saskatchewan roots remains at the center of a hostage crisis in the Philippines, and today is the execution deadline.
You're watching Global Regina. This is Global News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for clicking in. An inquest begins today into the death of a woman who apparently suffered a heart attack in her cell 3 years ago at the Regional Psychiatric Center in Saskatchewan.
It's a good day to be Métis. It's a good day for us.
A historic ruling for Indigenous and Métis people, recognizing 500,000 Canadians as Indians under the Constitution.
I'm Brandon Gonez. A huge announcement here at Regina Police Headquarters signifying the end of an era. I'll have the full details just ahead.
It's a double shot at the same time, and you kind of go like mismanagement, money grab.
Plus, should residents on this street have to pay the road improvement tax and foot the bill for their own street? Global News investigates.
You're watching Global Regina. This is Global News at 6.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. It's a historic day for a population that makes up over 500,000 people in Canada.
This is Focus Saskatchewan.
You can't start training people when they're 30. You can't educate them then. You have to educate them when they're 5.
In the wake of the Tirias George domestic violence allegations, we look at how we can stop domestic violence in professional sports.
They look at that culvert as a hole in the dam, I guess. So their job is to try and plug that culvert.
And ruinous rodents, a tour of the damage caused by an out-of-control beaver population and the backlash it's having with animal rights groups. Plus, putting a plan in place. Saskatchewan's severe weather season is just around the corner.
Here's your host, Whitney Stinson.
Good evening and welcome to Focus Saskatchewan. It's been a season of turnovers and change continues for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Tonight, the price of power will be going up, while the province says the increase is needed. Chilling find. This is now a floating, drifting crime scene. What investigators are now saying about the crash of Egypt Air Flight 804.
Cloudy skies to the west this evening with lots of sunshine across the region for Saturday. Your full forecast details are coming up.
You're watching Global Regina. This is Global News at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Crystal is away tonight. Well, a bit of good news on the wildfire situation, as officials say the blaze on the Saskatchewan side has not grown.